Hello, this is Patrick from XPression. I'd like to show you how to use the Manage Templates tool in XPression Maps 3.0 and higher to upload map templates for your newsroom users. Now, I'm in XPression Maps, and I've got a default scene here. I'm going to go ahead and create one quick scene to show the most primitive map I would use, which is zoom from the globe to a country. And I've got it set. I'm based in the United States right now, so I'm going to make a map that's from the United States, zooming to a country that I'm going to talk about in my newscast for some reason. Now this is the default, so I'm going to zoom out a little bit by using the scroll wheel on my mouse is the easiest way to do it. And you can see as I do that, it's changing the zoom level, which I could have come here and typed or used the flywheel. Now, because I'm going to use this in the newsroom, I also have to give it a flight point, and these scenes are referred to as flight points. You're going to take a flight from point A to point B. So let's quickly go in here. I want to put the flight point in and make sure you see it. I'm going to grab this little divider at the edge of the window frame here and move it over so you can see the label for the tab called flight point. I'm going to click on the new button, and when I click on the new button, it opens up a dialog box called add flight point, and the default flight name or point name is location 1, and that's fine. It doesn't really matter. You can call it whatever you want. For this circumstance, I'm only going to use this, so I really don't care. So I'm going to click OK, and then I want to save this. So I'm going to click on the save icon, and I'm going to call this zoom to country. And I'm going to save it. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to the toolbar up top, and there's an icon here, and this is Manage Templates. I can get to the exact same menu by coming up to Output and choosing Manage Templates from the toolbar. They both do exactly the same thing. This launches a dialog box, and this is the scene templates that are being uploaded to the Maps server. And again, we'll talk about Maps server in another video and what that means, but this is the server that the newsroom user gets to view their scene templates from. So I'm going to go here and I want to create a group. I'm going to build this as if this is a brand new set of stations. I'm going to ignore everything else in here. I'm going to come over just to the right of the group pull down menu, and there's an open dialog button here. And I'm going to create a new group called Newsroom Maps. And I'm going to click Add. And when I do that, you can see all my choices in here are blank. So I'm going to click Add. And I'm going to choose Zoom to Country because of the map that I just created. It'll take a couple seconds for this to appear. Now that it does, I can see that I got all this information. I'm going to put in the description field, zoom to a country animation, just so they can see what that's all about. Now you'll notice there's a couple other things. It took the name of my template and put it up here. I could change the name here, and that will change regardless of how the scene that I created or the flight that I created in XPression Maps was titled. That's what's going to be here, and this is set right now to automatic. So what this means, the flight will start 1 second into my clip. The flight will end its movement 7 seconds into the clip, but the default clip length is 10 seconds. I'm going to do this just for the sake of speed here. I'm going to change our clip length to 7 seconds. I'm going to change our end to 5 seconds, and I'm going to change this from automatic to user defined, in which you'll notice the max flight end changed. It disappeared, and the clip length says 7. If I left that alone, the automatic version would have just said max. I'm going to make sure that this has a pause at the end. So I've got all these changes that I've put in here. I'm going to click Update. I'm going to click Done. Now that's the most primitive template. Let's quickly go into the newsroom tools and see what that looks like. So if I launch my XPression newsroom system, I just happen to have a map template open meant for a full screen. I'm going to click on the Open MAM button and choose my Maps server. And in full disclosure, I'm doing all of this on my laptop computer, so some of it's a little slow and compromised, but it's still pretty good. Here's my groups. I have newsroom templates. I've got Zoom to Country, and you can see the description that I put in here shows up, so that kind of helps. I'm going to double click on it, and there's my zoom, or my animation start. So I want to put the end point in by doing Add Labels and Shapes, and I'm going to choose UK for London, United Kingdom. And you can see that I've got this pretty well zoomed in. It's already got a label on it. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm just going to leave it alone, and we'll talk about safe titles here another time. But I'm going to click on the Add Flight Point, and that's the end flight point. So I would click on the little film canister to preview it. It's going to go against the Maps server, generate a preview for me, and you'll see this one spin around. In just a second, it's done generating it, and there is the zoom that I've created. You can see where my map ends up. Great. So I'm going to save this, and I'm going to call it Zoom to UK. So now that's got a name. I'm going to move this up just a little bit so I can see my template. I'm going to take the workflow tool and drag that placeholder into my, and you can see down at the bottom it's letting me know that it's rendering my video. And again, I'm doing this in a hotel on lousy Wi-Fi, so it's taking a little bit to get the tiles downloaded from OpenStreetMaps. And you can see now that it's finished. I'm just going to click on the keyframe button here, and that's what the start of my animation looks like. I'm just going to play it, and you're going to see that preview come back to me. And a second into the animation, it starts, and it zooms all the way in. And it paused on my XPression engine, but that would have been where it would have gone through. So that shows you what that map animation would look like in the template that I've put in, and that also shows you what that setting looked like to do the zooms.